Hey, listen! Whether you're a first-time quester or a seasoned adventurer, it's dangerous to go alone. Today we'll be reviewing 3 onboarding patterns found in both Hyrule and in the tech industry to help you prepare for your journey. It's the dawn of the first day and we've only just started, but the contribution countdown is already ticking. How can we get up to speed and equip ourselves for success? I'm Jacquie Grindrod, a developer advocate at HashiCorp, and I'll be your guide for this session. A poor experience can hamstring new teammates before they even get started. It can hold back those with different learning styles and even serve as a team gatekeeper. A rough onboarding can leave your new teammate feeling flanked by shadow beasts and plagued by doubt. Crafting a good experience takes buy-in, time, and practice. Too few details, and we risk leaving them lost, alone, and frustrated. Too many, and they might be overwhelmed. This first impression has lasting implications. The first game set us off with only 7 words and less than a minute of play. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. While some people like to drink directly from the fire hose, for others it feels just more like jumping straight into the fire. So what this could look like is handing a new employee access to source code, invites to all of the meetings, and maybe even a link to some documentation, and then just setting them off on their journey. A classic approach in both spaces, but it's probably worth updating. Red flags to look out for here would be an attitude of, well, I figured it out, so can they. We should meet people where they are and be careful not to leave your new teammate alone and stranded. It is so much easier for you to check in on them than it is for them to ask for help. We see this pattern in Ocarina of Time. It takes 17 minutes, and we also see it in Twilight Princess, which takes just under 3 hours to complete. It's characterized by a series of linear steps that must be completed in order and a guide who occasionally chimes in when you're lost. Your onboarding probably falls in this category if it consists of a series of steps that must be completed in order for the new teammate to go, or they're blocked and unable to proceed. It could look like a process that's entirely dependent on setting up a developer environment before you can do anything else. The more linear your process is, the more important it is that your documentation is clear and up to date. Out-of-date links could send your new teammate down into the twisting and dark lost woods, when really they just want to progress and help your team meet your goals. The main complaint with Twilight Princess was that the intro just was way too long. While context and backstory are very important, a process that takes too long to complete can leave your teammates just stuck and unable to meaningfully contribute. So Breath of the Wild discovery style talk is the ability to discover various shrines, and they have short-lived tutorials for specific concepts or skills. If you're not ready to take that challenge on, you can stop and go somewhere else. It's about being able to explore your environment. It could look like a 3-month plan with suggested order for task completion and the flexibility to swap tasks as you're ready to learn and complete them. Good documentation and definitions of done are key requirements for this path. Going this route, it's just so important to make sure it's safe to walk away from a specific task that might be too much at the point of onboarding. Everyone comes on board with different experiences and sets of expectations, and it's just so important for us to meet them where they are. As much as I wish there was, there's just no one size fits all for onboarding. It's always going to be a little bit uncomfortable to some degree, but the active support of those around us makes all of the difference in how we experience it. So if you're ready to set sail and find a new team and new horizons, remember to be patient with yourself. Onboarding time requirements change based on experience and expectations, but it also changes role to role and company to company. And if you're on the other side of things and you're looking to add a new teammate, it's good to ask them what their style is and what you can do to best support them. Be realistic about your knowledge base and where it lives, and maybe even provide them with onboarding buddies and checkpoints. Make sure they're having a good experience. At the end of the day, iteration is how we improve. Similar to consoles and PC components, we'll continue to evolve and we'll grow our culture, processes, and capabilities. Our known patterns and what we're able to do will continue to expand with this. I'd like you to just take a moment and reflect. Which pattern does your team use? Which one works best for you? And what is something that you can do to smooth the path for the next person joining your team? Thank you so much for joining me today. That's the end of my first Ignite. If you have any questions or you're interested in seeing more of the work I do, I'm Jacquie Grindrod from HashiCorp, and you can find me on Twitter at DevOpsJacquie. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the conference.